trouble is the phone will not stop ringing. It will not stop. I feel like leaving my phone up here. What do you reckon? Just chuck it in the corner somewhere. Right, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're all doing well. Today's job, we're rerouting some pipe work. This was the one where we put a new main in because the main was leaking under the ground, but there's other pipe work under the ground as well that feeds a couple of sets of toilets. So what they've said is they want that rerouting over the top because they don't want to get all the carpets and everything put back and then find out or have that potentially leak again in the future. The water heater that's in is a vented one, so when you open the taps, when you open the hot water taps, there's basically no pressure on it because, well, it's a vented water heater, it's only on gravity. So we're going to put a 30 litre unvented one up in the roof and run new hot and cold down and just pick the two toilets up, and then they've got no pipe work in the floor. As I say, they're just worried that they're going to get it all put back together and then another pipe's going to leak. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. I'm actually losing my voice as well, which is not great. So yeah, we'll see how we'll get on. I feel like absolute rubbish, but I've got that much stuff booked in this week. I don't like taking days off anyway, but yeah, I've just got, my ears are gone funny, my throat's funny, but yeah, we'll get through, we'll be all right, we always are. So yeah, we'll catch you straight in there. I'm up in the roof. I'm not feeling so great today, so I've just given Harry a call. He's come out to give me a hand, so he's going to start putting the drops up, and I'm going to get all the water heaters on up here. I've just brought my ply up, I'm going to ply across there. Sparky's put his point in, a few spur over there, which might actually move forward. I don't know, I'll have a look at that. So yeah, basically I've got a 30 litre water heater going on here, all the kit and everything. We've got a cold pipe there I'm going to tee into, lever valve, expansion vessel and everything to go in. So I'm just going to crack straight on with it, as I say, because I'm I'm alright, but yeah. I'm just going to work out the centre of my board. We need to mount the heater high enough to get the discharges out. We need a minimum of 300mm drop below the ton dish. So that's our ton dish. Our discharge is actually going out down the right hand side back into the old HEPVO valve from the old one, but we need a minimum 300mm below this from our thing. It is G3 regulation, so we need to mount the heater high enough, if that makes sense. And I think I've just dropped my ton dish down a gap, never to be seen again. That's the centre. Where's that ton dish gone? At least if I pass out now, Harry's here to revive me. He won't give me the kiss of life though. He's already said that. I'm actually going to need to brace that back up. I've got some pan towel lines back away. There she sits. Not very level, is it? I need to get some pan towel out of the van to brace that backboard up because there's too much of a span across there. But that's a minor issue right now. It won't fall off anyway, it just rocks a bit on the board. But yeah, discharge out the top, that's our temperature pressure relief. We've got a pressure relief put on the cold. The only thing, I ordered kit C and it's a 2 litre expansion vessel, so I need to make sure that's the right size one. I think that's too small. It said kit C for a 30 litre water heater, but I think that's the wrong one. But I can pipe it up, and then I think I've got the right size one in the office. I think it should be a 6 litre for a 30 litre. Now I need to check this because I would have said this was wrong, but it's showing kit A for the expansion vessel, which is only a 2 litre one, which is what they've sent, kit A, and then kit C is the discharge, which we've got. So according to them, that is the right one. I would have said that should have been bigger than that. The ones I've done in the past have been bigger, so I will double check with the manufacturer. But come in is lever valve, pressure reduction valve, non-return valve, expansion vessel, 6-bar PRV, which is where I put it, which is that one. 6-bar, teed together into the ton dish, into the heater, out for the hot, which Harry's about to bring the hot up down that side. So all this will be only 15mm. It's only feeding, I think we've got 6 basins off this, hence why we've gone for a 30 litre one. So first job is tee into this cold, which is isolated, and get a lever valve on this supply. So this is a pressure reduction valve. It's got a strainer inside there. It's probably got a check valve in there as well, but we'll put a check valve in further along. It makes no difference. So this is actually a 22-15mm one. I don't know why they do these like this, but they give you 2 insert bushes that reduces you down to 15mm. I'd have preferred just, I mean, they're okay, but I always think it's another point where potentially it could leak. So what you do is you take that out and then you put that in there. I always paste them up, and these ones break off when you tighten them up. I'm not a massive fan of them, to be honest with you, but that's all they had, so that's what we're going to use. Yeah, I release it. Yeah. Next thing on the line is a single check valve. What this does is, single check valve's fine for fluid cat 2. So when water changes temperature, it becomes fluid cat 2. So it stops any water expanding back down into the water main. That's why we need to put an expansion vessel on it. On some of the smaller ones, if you've got enough pipework, you don't actually need a single check valve. But I always tend to put the expansion vessel kits on. You have to on anything above 15 litres anyway, but say if you've got a 5 litre one, if you've got enough pipework, it will expand back into the main, if that makes sense. But single check valve stops any warm water going back that way. And then the next thing we need is the expansion vessel teeing off. We just need to confirm that this vessel is large enough. According to the manufacturer, it is the right one, but often you get like a 6 litre one on jobs like on 30 litre heaters. These things here are dielectric bushes, so they go on the bottom of your water heater. There's a rubber bush inside there, a rubber washer inside there, sorry, and all this does, it stops the corrosion between 2 dissimilar metals. So we're going to be putting a brass female line on there and then into copper, and what can happen is with the steel tank, I think they're like a glass line steel, you can end up with corrosion on them connections, and this, what they do is that they stop that corrosion. That's all they're for. So they come with the heater anyway, so just pop them on there, tighten them in, and then 2 female lines on there. I found if you put Loctite on these as well as the rubber washer, they tend to leak. So I'm just going to try it with the rubber washer for a start, and if it does leak, we'll put some Loctite on the thread as well. Give them a nip up. So I didn't mention it, but the hot is the one with the red, and the cold is the one with the blue. I know it's fairly obvious, but oh, I'm an olive. Can something be lost if you know where it is? No, it can't, but it can, because I don't know if I can get it. I was debating whether to set the pipework back to clip it, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. It's all fixed on the heater. The heater's all fixed on the wall, on the plywood. So it's just going to add more fittings and make it more awkward to lag, and then you've still got, yeah, I don't think it will make any difference. It's never ever going to go anywhere. It's never going to go anywhere. I apologise for the rubbish camera work, but I really have got to get on today. But I thought I'd bring you along for the ride, because I show you the good stuff, my ugly face when I'm not feeling well. Well, it's always ugly whether I'm feeling well or not, but God, I hate them bloody reducing bushes so much. Right, so that's got the cold all into the heater. So we've just got the expansion vessel coming off this side. I'll probably pop a drain off tap down here. And then this is where my 6-bar PRV is going to come along, pick up that PRV off the top, and then have the ton dish down this side somewhere, minimum 300 below it. So I know I'm using press fit. It's just making my life so much easier today. I do actually need to find out if this expansion vessel is big enough. According to the instructions, it's right, but all the ones, well, I don't know if I can't recall ever fitting an Ariston 30 litre, but certainly the Heiko ones, they come with a 6 litre vessel. I think it's, I might be wrong, but I think it's 4% of the volume of the heater. So 4%, so in theory it probably would be okay, and if that's what the manufacturer says, but you can oversize them. But we'll pop it in for a time being, and I am going to check. Got some Munson ring clips in the van with some threaded bar. What I'll do is I'll pin this back just so everything's supported. I mean, it's fairly rigid anyway, but it could do with some clips on it when I go down. I just want to get the majority of this pipework in while I'm up in the roof space. But yeah, we will get some clips on that in a minute and get it lagged. So I've just swung that round from the temperature pressure relief. I'm going to tee these in together, so we need a minimum of 300 mil below our ton dish, which we're going to get there, and then Harry's going to drop it. Well, it'll come down with that cold pipe. So our ton dish will go there. These D1s can be a maximum of 600, so that's going to be within 600. That one's clearly going to be within 600, and that ton dish will go there, and then we'll just clip down that side. The hot Harry's just put up, which is you're not going to be able to see. I'm going to have to crawl down that side, press an elbow on and bring it here. Could even bring it behind the board and then just press, just take it straight through the board then. That's the hot done. And the electric spur, what I'm going to do, there's enough play on the flex. I'm going to mount the spur. I'm going to take that spur off there and I'm going to mount it on this timber this side, or there somewhere, somewhere where we can get to it a little bit easier. And then all this attic is boarded anyway, so it's not too bad to get to up here. And there is a loft ladder. It's the only way I can sort of do this. But yeah, I know it's probably not the neatest pipework you're ever going to see, but when it's all lagged, and I am going to get some brass clips across, it'll be, well, it'll be absolutely nothing wrong with it. The other thing with these elbows being swept, it does take a little bit more to think about. But then it's just save a lot of time. And there's some jobs you can take a little bit more time on. But some jobs, like this one, I need to get this up, I need to get this done. So we'll get it done. That's got that pressure relief pipework all set up now, ready to drop my 22 in when Harry gets that put up to me. So I'm going to get my hot brought across next, which is, I don't even know if I can get to it, to be honest. And then I've still got the the cold to do across the other side as well. There's loads to do. I never have got this done on my own anyway. They're interesting fittings, aren't they? Oh Christ, I think I'm not going to get to it. You see that 15 right over in that corner? That's what I've got to get on. So I'm going to take 3 meters of copper across. I'll probably pre-press an elbow onto my copper and then try and get a press into that corner and then just bring it across to here somewhere, and then we'll sort it from here. Let's press an elbow on here. And then we'll go across and we'll see if we can get that in. Oh, I can't even move, man. I don't know if that's in. That's in. It was you alone. Bloody jiggle. Right, that one's pressed on there. Still need to lag it, but I just got no space. I've tried to keep it out of the way of these heating pipes as well. The trouble is the phone will not stop ringing. It will not stop. I feel like leaving my phone up here. What do you reckon? Just chuck it in the corner somewhere. I've just pressed this elbow up. We just poked it through the board, ready to connect up on the other side. This is our hot, which is feeding our taps. Still need to get a bracket on that. And Harry is poking up the discharge pipe work in 22mm copper, which is just going to come. Can you poke a bit more up, Harry? Press this one in. And then the rest of it I can bend with a minimum of 300 out the bottom of that ton dish. I keep repeating the 300, but it is important that things are done to regs. Piece coming across, it's better if we've got a bit of 22, we've got no 22 bit. It's just, you know what they say about guesswork, it's alright as long as it's right. And I want to try and bend all this. Then we just need to cut that off. Oh, so hard to film. There somewhere, and press that one in, and that discharge is done. Let me show you this. We've got 300 before the bend, so it is to regs. We've actually got to the top of the bend. We've got 330, 340. So absolutely fine. We've swept that bend anyway, so it's nice and gentle all the way around. I know that's a knuckle bend, but it's the only knuckle bend on the run, that actually. So yeah, that'll be perfect. So just got the hot to connect up at the back, lag all this, and I'm going to get some brackets on this lot because I'm not happy with it. I'll quickly show you this hot behind here. I've just got all this connected up and in. I've started lagging it. I've done the awkward bit over in the corner. You can just see my pipework coming across. I just need to pull that insulation back through. So just press that through the back of the board, onto the hot, onto the heater. So fundamentally, apart from a couple of brackets on this, which I need to do, that's done, and the lagging. So I've just got a cold drop to do over that side. Harry's connecting this hot in down there. So yeah, we're getting there. It's just when you're not feeling well, everything just seems to be going against you, but we're all right. It's just, I need to calm down a bit. I think I'm just getting stressed today and I feel like crap. But we've all been at work, haven't we, when we've not felt very well, and it's not nice. So I decided to lag the pipework up now. I know I haven't got the water on yet, but I just thought I'd give myself a little break a minute. What I'm going to do now is move the spare. I'm only going to move it on the flex that's already on the cable, so I'm not actually breaking into the circuit. The electrician's going to come back anyway and just check everything, but he moved it from downstairs to up here, and all I want to do is mount it on the board. So I'll drill a hole in the back and then just mount it on the board, and then we'll flex through the conduit. It just makes more sense to have it on the board rather than over there. He only put it where I told him to. I told him to put it somewhere roughly above where it used to be. So yeah, we'll do that now, and then hopefully Harry's got his little bit done downstairs and we can get the water on to this end and get this tested. Just flick one off at a time, mate, on the water heaters and see if it kills it. No, I'm not going to film any more of this. I've moved the spur to there, but I'm just absolutely knackered. So unless I get any leaks or anything drastic happens, that's it for today's video. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry it's probably not been the greatest video I've ever made, but some days just like that. Everybody in the trade, no matter what trade you're in, you always get days like this where you're feeling crap, you've got loads to do, you're under pressure. I mean, it happens. So yeah, I'll catch you all next week. I'll be a lot better next week. So yeah, thank you for watching.